Hey everybody, I am going to give people a few more minutes to join us and then we'll get started. In the meantime, I will say that I had a bunch of fun messing with my demo KV Core website today. If you don't know me, I love Game of Thrones, so I put a little Game of Thrones video behind my thing here. I made some featured areas, and a couple of weeks ago, I showed how to make these featured areas widget, and it wasn't quite working because it was brand new and we had some glitches to work out. And so today I'm going to revisit how to do that. I'm also going to show you, besides making some featured areas, how to make your own widgets that you can put. So let's say, for instance, you have a rent-to-own program that you work with, and you want to have that as a banner or something on your website. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm also going to show you how to use the widget to put on YouTube, embed YouTube videos onto your website as well. So that's kind of our topics for today. And I will, like I said, I'm going to probably wait one more minute, see if we get any more people hopping on, and then we'll get started as far as that goes. So. Actually, I just realized I said all of that without sharing my screen. So anyway, here we go. I will share my screen with you guys. And just reiterate everything I said before. So anyway, Game of Thrones fan of me. I put a little Game of Thrones video behind my background on my KV Core site. I also did some fun featured areas. And I did a banner and I did some YouTube. So we're gonna walk through how to do all this stuff so that you can totally make your KV Core website your own. And I'm really excited about all the changes that we've done. Before, to make all this happen, you had to do some coding, which is I can't do. But you might be, and you might be a great coder and you can code your own stuff too still. But if you're not, and you just want to make pretty things happen, I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's dive in. Looks like we've got a few people on. And if anybody has any questions as I go along, you can put it in the chat. You can put it in the Q&A. I'll try and keep an eye on it. But anyway, so let's go. So I'm going to go to KV Core. So when you're signed into your KV Core, you're going to go down to Web and IDX, and then you're going to hit your website manager. And one thing I want to say is when you're using these custom widgets, especially when you're using the featured areas widget, it behooves you so that it looks correct on screen to, in your site settings, make sure you have the full width custom area. If you don't, you're going to get some white on each side and it's going to stack everything kind of not weird, but I think it looks just way better if you have it with full custom area. So I would definitely do that in the future, or do that first before you do any of this stuff. So I'm going to go back to the website manager and we're going to go over to this fun thing called widgets. And as you can see, I have 3 widgets in here already. I have a featured area default widget. This is over here, and this is actually already pre-built for you. And that's how I made all these fun search areas. And if you click on them, now mine doesn't work because I don't have a MLS tied to it, to my site, but yours will, and I'll kind of show you how to do that. But when you click on them, they would take you to whatever search you've decided you wanted to do. So I'm going to go to here and we're just going to hit edit. And as you can see, I've already put this stuff in here. But if you wanted to, all you do is you add areas and you add your searches. So we're going to add another area. Let's add. So you have, the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna upload whatever image you want. So I did all these guys. Let's put the twins in here. Insert the file. And if you didn't actually have them in here already, all you have to do is hit upload file, browse for your files, and you just pick a picture that you want that you already have on your computer and upload it. And put it in. I'm trying to follow along. I'm having a hard time keeping up. I'm sorry. I'm fast, aren't I? I will go slower. So let's go from the beginning. The beginning, you would hit, the first thing you would do is you go to Web and IDX Website Manager, and then you click on your widgets. And then you're going to go to Featured Area Widget Default. And you're gonna, mine's already here, but you're gonna click Add. And then it'll show up over on this side. And then you're going to edit it. And like I said, I already put some in, but these will be blank for you. So add area will be up here. And you just click on add area. And the first thing you want to do is you want a picture for your area. You could use a picture of a house. You could use a picture of a previous house you've sold. You could go to Canva and search for your area and get some free pictures, aerial pictures that way. All you have to do is upload the image here. And you hit upload file. You're going to browse on your computer. So obviously you have them somewhere on your computer that you can find them. And then it will size it for you. And you can give it a name, you could say downtown, whatever it is, area, and add it to your library. And then once it's in your library, you can pick any picture you want from your library. And so what was I doing? I was going to add the twins. So you pick whichever one you want out of your library, and then you insert the file. And so now the picture will sit there. And then you're going to name it. This name is the name that's going to show up right here. So obviously make sure it's spelled right, which I misspelled some things earlier that I fixed since. What did I say? This one's. And then here, what you're going to do is you're going to do your search. So if you think about it, you could do an area, you could do a neighborhood, you could do types of homes like new construction or homes with pools or those kinds of things. So let's say you wanted to, you'd have to search for the area first. You pick your area and you can leave it at that. If you leave it at that, it's just gonna, when someone clicks on it, they'll see everything that's in New York. But let's say that you wanted to take it down and you want it to be pool homes, let's say New York pool homes is something that you put up there. Then you would go to options and you would pick homes with pools. Or maybe you're like, I don't want them to see homes that are under 350,000. Then you could put in a price range. Or maybe you don't want them to get all this stuff. You only want, let's say, single family townhomes and condos, maybe. So you can put whatever you want. It's almost like building a squeeze page. You can do any search you like. And that's the search that it will take them to when they click on that. When they click on that tile. So I'm going to save this. And now I've got the twins in there. And you can just keep adding areas. And when you do that, it takes probably about, I'd say 3 to 5 minutes before it shows up on your website. We'll check back on it, but I'm going to save, I didn't save it, so that's probably why. So that is how you do the featured area widget. And you can put, like I said, anything you want in there. And I think, if you look at what normally you get like land, multifamily condos, and I think single family or something is the default tiles. This really makes it your own. It kind of shows that you're an expert in the area. So like if everyone knows I'm just a total expert in Westeros here, but you might be the expert in your area too. So make sure you want to do it in rows of 3. If you do it in less than that, then it kind of looks a little funky. Because I only put that one in, and I'll kind of, that hasn't shown up yet. It will eventually. It takes, like I said, a few minutes. It looks a little funky. I think it'll put one like right underneath it on the front end. This is the front end. So this is my website. And that's what it looks like on the front end. This is what it looks like on the back end. Like I said, it takes about 3 to 5 minutes for it to actually populate to your website. Usually, kind of depending on things, it could take longer. So that's how you add those. And then let's say that you want to do a banner for something else. What if I have a semi-custom template? No, don't mess with this. If you have a semi-custom website that you paid for, this will screw it up every which way to Sunday. So I would not do this at all. If you have a semi-custom website, you need to talk to the people that our professional services team that did it for you to begin with, if you want to make edits to it. So you cannot use this. It will erase all the code that they did. If you want to do it and, kind of see back and forth what it looks like, you will see a bunch of code. I don't recommend it, but I'll show you. If you go to your site editor, there's no code in here right now, but right here, if you have a custom site, there's going to be a ton of code right here. You can copy that code, save it, like on a Word doc or something, play, and then you could always put your code back in. But I don't recommend doing that because it, would be a little iffy there. Okay, so I'm going to, let's go back to our widgets. So I made this widget. So I was just working. I'm the head of done for you services. If you need something done for you, like if you need any of this stuff done and you don't want to do it yourself, you can talk to me about it. But I had a guy who he had a contract or something with this home thing called Divvy, and he wanted to put something on his website that they could learn more about his rent to own program. And so a lot of times these programs, like I know like Hometown Heroes and like those kinds of things, they actually have widgets already for you. And if you have those, they will give you code for that and you can put them in the same way. This one I made myself on Canva, and I'm going to show you how to do it. But you can also, if they've got code for you for any other program that you're with, and they say, oh, we have a widget you can put on your website if you're signed up with, our program or whatever, you can use that code as well. So let's go over to Canva. This is the design that I made. And if you aren't familiar with Canva, it's super awesome. I highly recommend. But I think that, well, one thing to say about the pixel sizing, I just want to kind of go there first. I did about 1,000, what did I do on here? 1,000, 180 to 350. I just did a banner. I searched banner in Canva, like if you want to make something banner, it'll get the sizing down for you. You could do that. Actually, I didn't. Did I do that? I think I actually changed it because I thought it was too big. I did. Yeah, this is way too big. This is going to obliterate. You want to keep it under 1,500, I would say. I think 1,500 or 1,600 across is probably the best way to go. And then depends on how big you want. Like if you think about it, some people want to redo their entire website. You could do that. You could do that and make it, is that because of loading time? Loading time and you want it to work well on mobile. Really, that's what it's for. So if it's way too big, it's going to be really hard. It's going to be hard on mobile for it to size down. So like you could do something like this, where it's, you know, that big. You can make a teeny tiny banner, like a skinny banner. You just keep taking the height down and whatnot, but I would keep it 1500 or less. And so let's say that, and they have all these kind of things up here if you wanted to make your own thing. But if you wanted some help, like this right here, right? You could change all this out. And this right here, how many pixels should it be for the width of the website? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like 1500, 1600 for the width. You can make it smaller than that. It won't be smaller on your website. It's going to take up the entire space. So you could make it smaller, but I would make it too small, then it's going to start to pixelate. So I would say for the width of your website, because this one, this up here is the YouTube video. I have a YouTube video in, but if you put a picture in here, our recommended width size is 1600, I know. So probably 1600 or 1500 would be a good size. That will play well with the website. Where was I here? Okay. So let's say you wanted to put this on your website. Obviously you can change out anything you want. I'm just gonna, you know, maybe you're wanting to do a picture of a house, you know, or whatever. And maybe it was about, I don't know, some program that you have going. Let's say it's let's say you work with a lot of for sale by owner. It's like, you know, download my owner guide, right? And then this right here, you can, what I do for buttons like this, and if you're making your own button, you go to elements and do button, you know, you can make your own button. The benefit of Canva that it has images ready to use as opposed to Photoshop. Well, that I've never used Photoshop, so I'm not 100% sure on that. Yes, it has images, it has all sorts of images, elements, like all this stuff. Like if you didn't want to do this, you could make your own and put all your stuff in here that you wanted to do. But the reason I'm using Canva is that Canva gives you an embed code. And actually this looks like it is a video. I don't want it to be a video because I don't want it to move because that kind of screws that up. I shouldn't have done this one. I'm going to go back. I'm going to make a new one. What did I say? 1500, 300. And we can make one from scratch too. Like if you can kind of use these for inspiration, but if you wanted to do, you know, you just put your text over. This could be anything. This could be your buyer's guide. This could be, maybe you have a relocation guide that you want to people to download. I don't know. Like that. And you can do that same thing. Elements, shapes, something like this. Spin it around. 90. Oh. You know, and again, like make it your own. But then if you want to put a button in, And maybe you do maybe you do something like you in this, we're gonna put a we're gonna put a link in here. So this could link to the downloadable like PDF of your for sale by owner guide, or it could link to a landing page where they have to sign up to get it, and it could capture their information. So what I do is I would say, okay, let's do that real quick. Let's do it. Landing page. And sell your house, whatever. And then you could say, Fulton guide to selling your home. And obviously you can change out these things to say whatever you want to make it more attractive, that they're going to want to, they're going to want to sign up or whatever. What just happened? You can double click on and make them go away too. And then, so instead of see the list now, we would put download the guide. And the URL would be like, if you have a PDF, you can get like a downloadable link from Adobe, or maybe you have it on Google, like a Google Doc, and you just have a universal link from Google. Right. So you could say, okay, I want to share it with anyone with the link. Here's my link. Where did my landing page go? So you put the URL right here. You can require the phone if you want to. I recommend not, just because people don't want to give you their phone number. They're just going to give you a fake phone number. So I usually don't do that. You can change the background, or whatever you want to change it to. Whatever, but you can also put in your own background there as well, or whatnot. So, and then once you have it the way you want it, I'm going to save it. And there's your landing page. So this, we're going to go over to Canva. Where was I at? Too many tabs open. There it is. So this right here, what I did was I highlighted them both together and I grouped them, which makes it all one thing. And then I'm going to link it. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to add that link to our landing page, right? So now we are going to go to share. And instead of downloading it, we're going to go to more. And we're going to go to embed. This is the code for it. Embed. And you're going to want to copy your code. Now, that's very important. This is kind of a shortened code, and it's not editable once you paste it somewhere. If you edit this at all, it knows. So like if you put this code on your KV Core site and then you come in here and you mess with this, it's going to mess it up there. Or let's say and this just happened to me, actually, I was looking at I made this and I spelled ownership wrong. If I didn't have to redo the code. All I did was I went back into Canva and fixed the spelling, and it fixed it here. So it's pulling from Canva. So save it somewhere in Canva, put it in a folder like a do not touch folder, but don't mess with it after you do it. Okay. So we're going to go over to widgets. And then this is a new custom widget. So we're going to add it. And this is going to be for sale by owner guide. Neither of these two things show up on the website. Just for your own information. And then right here, you put you paste the HTML in. Now, right down here, it does this weird thing in Canva where it'll have like a little Canva, like I made this and this is who made it. I always take this out. Right after no opener, I just go, and I backspace it out. And then I hit save. You don't have to do that, but then it'll say right under your picture, it'll say the name of your picture made by your name. I think it looks weird. So I'm going to save it. And I'm going to put it, we'll leave it up. We'll put it above our featured area widget. So you can change these things around. So let's say you wanted your featured area widget on top of your for sale by owner guide, but above your rent to own banner. You can move them around. So let's go back here and see. Let's take it all up, but it will take, and see, that's the thing I just want to say. You can hit preview, but all that does is take you to your page, and it's not going to be there right away. It literally takes 3 to 5 minutes. It has taken longer, kind of depending on the servers and stuff and what's going on. So we'll check back for it. The other thing I wanted to show you was, hey, I want to put a YouTube video in here. Let's say you have a video about yourself or about your brokerage or whatever on YouTube. You can pick a video. So let's say it's what you want to do is you want to put the video up on YouTube and you want it on your page and you want to make it unlisted. If you make it public, then YouTube sometimes will play an ad before it. If you've ever seen that, and people have to like skip the ad before they say it, you don't want that to happen. So in your YouTube studio, oh no, sorry, it's in your content. You see how this says public? You can make it unlisted, and that way it will not show an ad beforehand. So like, let's say I want to put, you know, this video right here into my website. So I'm going to go to the video.
If you sell coaching or course,
see how it's playing this. This is an ad beforehand, but I'm not gonna make this private, but or sorry, unlisted, but you would want to do that. Then you would go to these the share button. And here you want to get that embed code again. And that's the code you want. And we are going to put it, we'll do another widget, your custom widget. YouTube video. And you're going to put it right here. And you're going to save it. And now that video will be on your website as well. So let's see if things have shown up yet. They haven't. I'm going to flush my cache. Sometimes your computer is just caching what was there before. So if you want to flush your cache, you can do that. Sometimes helps it show up faster. Ah, see, there we go. See, that's where I put the twins, and see how I only had one out of the three. It's just gonna put it in the middle until you get another one and another one here. So like I said, it does look a little strange if you don't do it in rows of 3. And then there it is, get my free Visbo guide, download now. Takes you to the page that we did. And down here is the YouTube video. Now you can see this is smaller than this one. The one I did before, I'll show you. I just made the pixels bigger. I'll show you the difference. So this one, this is your height. And this is your, or sorry, that's your width and that's your height. So 560 and 315. I made it 700 and 394. The other thing I did, and I'm not sure why this is happening, to be quite honest with you. When I did it the last time, this was all the way over to the left. And I wanted it in the middle. And I didn't do it with this one, but it worked anyway, which is strange. But if you end up with it to the left, the thing you can do is you can add this centering on both sides on the front and back of your code. And that should put it in the middle for you of your website. And these center things work really nicely. Like before, when I was saying, if you have, I'm not sure how it will show up. Like if you have something from another place, like, you know, like let's say that you're with Hometown Heroes and they give you a widget. You put it in, it might be centered, it might go all the way to the left or go all the way to the right, kind of depends on what the coding looks like. And so if you want to make it in the center, this is what you want to do, is you want to put center code on the front and back of your code that you put in there. So that is how you do all those pretty things, which I'm excited to have options for. There are a bunch of other widgets on here. We have an open house widget, which will, you know, go to all the open houses for the weekend. You can do a recruiting widget, will take you to your recruiting page. And there's your kind of self-explanatory, like what's my home worth, or this will take you to your lender page, the financing widget. If you have manual listings that you have up and you want them to go there, that one will take you to your manual listings as well. Does anybody have any questions? And it doesn't have to be about this. If you have questions about anything at all, I'm happy to answer them. Anybody? Thoughts, muses, anything? It's your chance. You have a question, something else you want to learn how to do, something else you want to know about in KB Core, something you need help with. All right, well, I will let you all have some time back in your day. I appreciate everybody jumping on with me today and kind of going over all of the fun things you can do with your website. If anybody, actually, I'll just put it right. No. I'll put it right here. Like I said before, I do done for you services. And if you need help with any of this stuff, you want me to do it for you. Let's say you want me to make you a newsletter, you want me to make you some kind of custom campaign or anything like that. I'm going to give you my link. You want to schedule with me? It's there in the chat there. You're welcome to schedule in with me. We do a 45-minute consult, and then if you decide you want to go forward with any services, I usually send a proposal, and if you want to, you want to. If you don't, there's no obligation at all. Okay, well, I'm glad everybody was here to join me today, and I'm gonna shut her down. Thanks, guys.